Opening now at Sears, a Christmas of red ribbon values, including Sears' best-selling video game, Video Arcade. On sale now for only $134.99, our lowest price ever. And don't miss the full assortment of game cartridges available at everyday low prices. Or try your hand at Sears' wide selection of 1- and 2-player handheld sports games. Our everyday low price is $12 to $13 lower than last Christmas. To wrap up a beautiful Christmas, you can count on Sears.
This season, your Bell Phone Center store suggests a present for the future. A genuine Bell telephone. People use it long after other gifts are forgotten. Give one for the fun of it, the looks of it, or for making important calls with a single touch. There are so many genuine Bell phones and services, you may even choose a gift certificate. But come in soon, because nothing's as special as a present that lasts into the future.
Bell Phone Center, it's for you.
You are looking at the perfect Christmas present. An amazing product of advanced technology that you could never, ever give at Christmas before. The incredible new Spectra system from Polaroid. We take your pictures seriously.
Pizza Hut, pizza to go. Pizza Hut, pizza to go. Pizza Hut, pizza to go.
Pizza Hut Pan Pizza is a special way to warm the busy holiday season. So call ahead and we'll have it fresh, hot, and ready to go.
Pizza Hut, pizza to go.
Frederick and Nelson has always been a big part of Christmas. Everyone loved Frango chocolates, of course. And a gift from Frederick and Nelson, that was special. Since 1925, Frederick and Nelson has been making delectable Frango chocolate candy. Today, choose from mint, rum, mocha, almond latte, ebony, espresso, plus Frango fruitcakes, coffee, cocoa, ice cream toppings, and gift baskets. It just wouldn't be Christmas without Frederick and Nelson.
Will the Grinch pinch Santa's biggest day? How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Then the Man of Ice Who Will Melt Your Heart, Frosty the Snowman. 2 Christmas classics Saturday.
Wendy's presents a great gift idea. Wendy's gift certificates. 10 coupons, only $5. To wish your friends a Merry Christmas and a hot and juicy meal.
Now, when you buy a $5 Wendy's gift certificate, you'll get a free 1980 Wendy's calendar containing nearly $20 worth of coupons.
Milk-Bone Dog Biscuits, dog treats and flavor snacks. Merry Christmas, pal.
This Christmas card was sent to you by the people at Miller High Life. Merry Christmas.
Radio Shack makes Christmas dreams come true.
This mini phone you gave me will sure be great for the den. Super small size, push-button dial with a memory button that automatically redials busy numbers.
An extra long 16-foot cord.
And it hangs up when you put it down on any flat surface.
Besides, we save even more when we own our own phone instead of renting it. And it's on sale for $39.88.
Honey, I should have gotten you one for the kitchen.
Well, you did.
Built and sold only by Radio Shack, your Christmas electronics store.
Gimbels brings Christmas home with something for everyone on your gift list. The Van Heusen 417 dress shirt is a Gimbels Wise Buy at 2 for $30. The long-sleeve Oxford cloth, tailored with button-down collar, features mostly cotton for comfort, blended with polyester for easy care. This popular dress shirt comes in neutrals of white, blue, and ecru, so you'll want one in every color.
Gimbals brings Christmas home.
Come on, everyone, it's time. Hello, I'm Orville Redenbacher. This is my favorite time of the year, when we Redenbachers get together to share the best of the season. Of course, we pop up plenty of my light and fluffy gourmet popping corn and my gourmet microwave popping corn. Ready? You'll say they're the season's best, or I'm not.
Redenbacher.
Great grandpa to you. May your holiday be the best there is.
Surprise, surprise, it's a gift from Bentley's. A gift from Bentley's, it's a welcome surprise.
This holiday season, why not surprise them with a garment bag from Pegasus? It's quality crafted and durable Cordura nylon with 2 large pockets and 4 hangers. Buy now and get this matching utility kit free exclusively at Bentley's. We've got lots of surprises in store for you.
You got a gift from Bentley's, a welcome surprise.
Once again, it's time to unpack the Christmas decorations and start thinking about what gifts to get the kids this year. Sears can help with savings of 20% on lots of officially licensed NFL apparel, like football jerseys, sweatshirts, and award jackets for boys. And 20% off on our entire collection of Pretty Miss Petticoat sportswear, dresses, and accessories for girls. On sale now, only in the children's store. With best wishes for a happy holiday from Sears.
Has he gone? Oh, let's put up the Stanley garage door opener.
But it's our only night off.
I can do it myself. It's a Stanley.
Okay, we'll help.
Santa won't have to wrestle with that door. Oh, he's so hard to shop for, so I got him the best Stanley.
Boy, that was easy. Wasn't over our heads.
Merry Christmas.
For me? Oh, it's a Stanley.
You want to help us do things right.
Wednesday, it's 2 best-loved holiday classics.
Good grief.
And good cheer. It's the Peanuts Gang's Christmas Spectacular. But what's Linus's secret of Yuletide spirit?
I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
A Charlie Brown Christmas. Then, 'twas the night before Christmas. Who can save St. Nick in the nick of time?
3 seconds to Christmas.
Wednesday.
You better watch out. You better be good.
Can I take something out for you?
You better not live in the neighborhood, because the Griswolds are spending Christmas at home. We didn't come to impose.
Well, hell, it's plenty of room. Can I refill your eggnog for you? Drive you out to the middle of nowhere, leave you for dead?
Chevy Chase.
Everybody come out quick, look at the lights!
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Starts Friday, December 1st at a theater near you.
This year, give someone special a taste of adventure with gift certificates from Red Lobster. Give something special to the seafood lovers on your list. Red Lobster $5 and $10 gift certificates.
Discover all we do.
What a delicious idea.
For the seafood lover in you.
Two Guys says, for Christmas fun, Polaroid's the one. Here's the world's simplest camera, the Polaroid One Step. Two Guys low, low price, just $25.88. And here's the finest instant camera in the world, Polaroid's Alpha Sonar One Step. At Two Guys, it's just $159.88. Stop in now and ask about Polaroid's free film and flash bar offers.
We save money for you at Two Guys, naturally.
From the Magic Kingdom, Sunbanks wish you and your family all the joys, hopes, and love of this cherished holiday season. Season's greetings from Sunbanks, the official bank of the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World.
'Twas the holiday season, and all through the place, people gathered together for lemon lime taste. And the taste that was chosen by glassful and cup was the great taste of limon that beat 7-Up. Only Sprite has the limon, and so you can see its taste is unique in a drink caffeine-free. So this holiday season, rejoice and delight. Season's greetings to all, and to all a good Sprite.
What's going on, y'all? Happy Monday, if there is such a thing. It's good to see you guys. Yeah, man. I just wanted to kick it with you guys and hang out, man. I wanted to spend a little time with you, you know. And I realized, man, I haven't done a Betty stream in a minute. All these distractions and whatnot. Because we always have fun doing Betty streams. And this is the beautiful thing about Betty. I've said this many times. I don't even know what I'm going to review. I haven't even seen it. It's that easy. That's how easy it is to review Betty, folks. That is how easy it is to review Betty. All you need is Betty content and some eyes and a sense of humor. That's it. You know, because otherwise, if you have a conscience, you're either going to laugh at her or she's just going to piss you off. You know, like anybody with any self-respect. It's just so funny that this dickhead decided to interview her. It's just so funny, and acted as though he was uncovering all of this truth. You know, he acted as though he was like this, like showing us the real Betty that we don't know anything of. Dude, this is somebody that can't stop talking about herself as if we give a fuck about anything about her childhood. We don't give a fuck about anything about her life personally. We don't give a fuck about what makes her tick. We don't give a fuck about her lies, about her history and her fucking her career. Like, we all know it's bullshit. All of this stuff has been gone over for years, and all of her lies that she said on there have long been disproven. They have long been disproven. She's even contradicted herself. And so to me, it's just always really fun to just see what's Betty going to say next. And somebody who has no sense of community at all, is not going to understand this. They're not going to, they don't know what's going on with us. They don't know what we care about, what the people care about, because they have no interest in being part of the people. Not really. They just figure that the people are something that is a way to milk money. That's it. And now I'm not going to make this I'm not going to make this about Morbid, okay? I'm going to go over something here because I think it's just fucking hilarious. But I'm going to go over something here, and then we're just going to move on to Betty and talk about Betty. But now now this is from I made this little clip, but I want you to know, because some people accused it of being AI. People accused it of being AI, being something that I made up. I assure you that it's not, because I have the video here. And as you could see the date on it. It's 3 years old. Okay. And here's the link to the actual live stream. But I clipped it from this live stream, and I didn't check a timestamp, but it should be right around here.
Each and every one of their names.
We've got Doodlebug. We've got Breakfast Club.
Who's Doodlebug?
You know
Tell me
Doodlebug.
about Doodlebug.
Doodlebug is a faithful listener of yours, actually.
and she's one
Tell
of
me all about Doodlebug.
she's one of my mods, and she's extremely loyal, and she's very, very, very much a believer in what I
Doodlebug turned
do
out
here.
to be a shitbag.
Very much like Mignon. Very supportive.
Wow, these are
I
old
have
names,
nothing
bro.
and she's a patron of yours, actually. And she's been very, 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 very helpful. And I recently made her a mod, but I did it to be like, I just gave her an honorary wrench. I didn't expect it.
I was very green back then. Okay, very green. And the interesting thing, folks, is, you know, I take pride in the fact that I've always been consistent. I don't think that I'm really any different than I was 3 years ago. My opinions of certain people have changed, but yeah, this is yeah, like anybody gives a shit what you say. Hello, Starlight. This is 3 years old. 3 years old. And Critical K called me. I was what happened was her and I started on YouTube with Critical K. And then after that, we had a falling out over the Chris Watts bullshit. And then I decided I didn't want anything to do with them anymore. I didn't want anything to do with her people. I didn't want anything to do with her. And then, you know, a while went by, at least, I want to say like 2 years went by. And then we decided to kind of start talking again as friends, and then joining each other on each other's channels, mostly me on hers. And then this was when we first started talking again. And then not long after this, the Sophie case came along, and that was it. Like, I was like, okay, I'm done with this lady. I absolutely see 100% how shitty she is. This is one of the worst people I've ever known. And so I want to distance myself from her as far as possible. And then but before all that happened, this is when we started talking again the last time, and she called into my show. Did her do any work, and now she's doing a shit ton of work, and I'm like, cool, all right.
Like, I don't give a shit what you do. I don't know where we met.
Sure. You know, she's modding the shit out of this chat. So, but yeah, I join other chats, and I've made friends along the way, and Soul for Music just made the comment, like, I think different time.
Of course, yes, I know. I've exchanged.
Oh, here we go.
Share. He's familiar with me. She just started. She is a mod for Misery. I don't know if you're familiar with Misery.
Of course, yes, I know.
Just making sure. His chat is always super fun.
No, listen.
Okay, now for those of you who don't know, Morbid used to be Misery. He was Misery when he was on YouTube before he quit one of the many times, and then came back as Morbid Reality, and then he left again, and then came back as Morbid, and then he left again, and then came back as Morbid again. Because, you know, he's so secure in himself. She just started. She is a mod. Okay, now. I mean, this is fun. Some of you already heard this because I already posted it, but for Misery, I don't know if you're familiar with Misery.
Of course,
yes,
I know.
Just making sure. His chat is always super fun.
No, listen. I know Misery on a very intimate level.
Do you?
Misery and I? Yeah. Misery and I?
Oh.
Yeah. Misery and I have exchanged some.
Okay.
Misery's hot. I think there's a lot of people who don't realize.
Now that I think about it, he's totally
hot.
Up your alley.
Let's listen to that one more time.
He is so yeah. Misery and I.
Oh.
Yeah. Misery and I have exchanged some happy.
Okay.
Misery's hot. I think there's a lot of people who don't realize.
Mr. Integrity here, who was with Shipwreck Beck at the time, was e-jacking, as he likes to put it, with the Critical K, according to Critical K. I mean, let's hear it one more time.
Fun.
No, listen, I know Misery on a very intimate level.
Do you?
Misery and I, yeah. Misery and
Oh.
yeah. Misery and I, Vic and I.
Just making sure his chat is always super fun.
No, listen, I know Misery on a very intimate level.
Do you?
Misery and I, yeah. Misery and I,
Oh.
yeah. Misery and I have exchanged some happy.
Okay.
Misery's hot. I think there's a lot of people who don't realize.
Now that I think about it, he's totally up your alley, dude.
He is so fucking hot. He is. He's gorgeous, hot, and
Wow. Kay, you're married. What are you doing, dude?
Stop! Am I married? Oh shit! Yes, I am. I'm married. Fuck. All right. Forget. I said everything that I just said. Forget it. I said nothing.
Wow. So Misery made you forget you're married, man. That's some power. That is why he is El Champion.
El
Champion. That is why
the
Misery
champion
is
of women across
morbid.
He'll say it and he'll
give it up, my friend. Just give it up. All right, now moving on. I just wanted to share that with you all. Definitely one of my prouder moments on YouTube. All right, 1 second here.
A great Manic Monday, right? It is Manic Monday. We have
now
the
title of
weekend.
this.
Many of us.
The title of this is Bullhorn Betty, in a third person. It's her video. Bullhorn Betty calls out mainstream media. This should be fantastic.
Had off up until today, so I can imagine after having several relaxing days, well, maybe one very busy, bustling
and real
day.
Quick, before I continue this, I'm going to get off track here for a second. Subscribe to the Jerks if you're not already. They might still even be live, but they were unbelievably cool with me in their chat and have been awesome. I spoke highly of them on a couple of live streams ago, and I meant every word. And they were awesome when I was in their chat earlier today. So big shout out to the Jerks. I absolutely love them. They are fantastic. And yeah, they are great.
Day, but you guys have been relaxing. And now it's time to pay the coffers, right? Time to pay up. Got to get your asses back to work. Good morning. Happy Monday, November 27th. Good morning, Skittles True Crime Podcast. It's nice to see you. She is not ready for Christmas. I have been reminding you guys. Get prepared for Christmas. I reminded you guys back in July. Remember that?
And she has a new channel now.
There's a
She has a new channel now. We'll check that out. I don't see how it's going to be any different than this one, but
economy sucks. We got to start shopping for Christmas in July. Like, what's going on here? I got to tell you, I'm going through some of this stuff. I decided to look into some, some stupid crimes, right? I wanted to see what kind of idiots are out there in the world, right? We talk about serious stuff, but what about these stupid idiots, right? So I've got a case. Case. And the only reason I'm bringing it up is I'll wait. Good morning. It's nice to see you, Sonia. Great to have you. She's telling me to dress up like an Eskimo when I come to Kingsport because I'm a Floridian. So anything under 70 degrees it's like, bundle up weather, put the hat on, the earmuffs.
I mean, I'm in Tennessee. Yeah, it is pretty chilly outside at the moment. I mean, it's not horrible. I like the cold, actually. As you could probably tell. I don't mind it. And I grew up in Florida. And I hated the heat. I couldn't stand it. But I guess to each their own, but it's not that cold. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of cold.
Get the leg warmers on. I'm not lying. Florida sucks. It's entirely too hot. Mel C, good morning. Oh, Lady O, it's nice to have you. Sheila, good morning. Good morning. Who else do we have in the house? TD, it's nice to see you. Elsie, good morning. MJ. Thomas, nice to have you.
Yes,
Betty is a babe.
Yeah, let's talk. I know what I just heard, but hold on a second. Well, we'll get to that in a second. I mean, if we're gonna talk about the weather, I like the cold, but I do like when it's sunny. I like when it's sunny and cold. I don't really like when it's like all gloomy and gross outside, but I prefer the cold. I could bundle up if I have to, but I can't. Yeah. The overcast gives me a headache too. I like sunny days, but I that shows how finicky I am because I hate the heat, but I like the sun. But I can't stand cold, drab weather, rainy, shitty, drab weather.
Well, Thomas, nice to have you. Bullhorn Betty is a babe. Well, Thomas, nice to have you. Bullhorn Betty is a babe. Well, thank you. Every time I have a guy named come in here call me a babe, I really think it's a troll that's a female.
Wow.
And they're probably laughing behind the screen because I probably called them out.
Oh, do you realize how sad that is? Y'all realize how sad that is? That actually kind of makes me feel bad. Like a little bit. It makes me feel bad, like a little bit. Like she has she doesn't seem to, like she seems to be one of the thirstiest people I've ever seen in my life. Yet at the same time, totally like no sex drive at all whatsoever, and I feel bad for people like this. You know what I mean? Like, I feel bad. Like, sex is one of the most joyous gifts that a human being is given, like, so it's it's pure pleasure. That's all it is. So for someone to actually have no sex drive at all, and to the point to where they're so low on themselves that if someone actually compliments them, like, because that dude, for all we know, is a fucking machine, bro. Like, think about it for a second. What if dude that just, what was his name, Steven? What was his name? Let's get his name right.
To have you, Bullhorn Jay. Thomas,
Thomas. Okay, Thomas.
To have you. Bullhorn Betty is a babe. Well, thank you.
Look, you see her face?
To have you. Bullhorn Betty is a babe. Well, thank you.
What's up, Blank Screen? It's good to see you, buddy. Thank you so much. Yeah, hold on.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad. I think.
Thank you again, Blank Screen. Appreciate it, buddy. Now I mean, look at the bitterness on her face, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and for all she knows, dude, for all she knows, Thomas is a fucking machine, bro. For all she knows, Thomas is not only probably like super romantic, you know what I mean? Like all class, could probably even be rich, probably has some monies. And for all we know, Thomas is fucking hammering nails, bro. For all we know, Thomas is just tearing shit up, but it saves himself for just the right woman. And maybe in his mind, Bullhorn Betty is just the right woman. And her bitterness is going to block her from being able to get that. You know how sad that is? Like, can you guys like just stop for a second and visualize how fucking sad that is? How sad would it be to be single at her age and then completely like miss out because you're so fucking your soul is so fucking shriveled and twisted that you're gonna miss out on the very thing that you sit up at night longing for. The irony in that, like, I'm a big fan of irony, like when it's funny, but that's the kind of irony that's like really sad, dude. Like really sad. Because Betty could really, like, you know, like, I mean, all it takes is an epiphany, Betty. I'm telling you, all it takes is an epiphany that you were horrible in your relationships. Maybe your spouses were too, but you were clearly horrible or you wouldn't have had so many fucking charges based on violence. And if you just had this like epiphany at some point, like that nobody can do for you, you have to just all of a sudden just be struck, you know, like fucking Smee and Hook. I just had an apostrophe. I think you need an epiphany. Lightning has just struck my brain. That was it. Dude, you could absolutely have one of these epiphanies if you just open yourself up to self-awareness and accountability. You could absolutely do this. And then you could be happy. You could have somebody that at any point, like, is there through thick and thin, puts up with your bullshit, listens to your lies and entertains them and just thinks that your lies are adorable. Like, oh, she's telling another story. I think I'm going to make her come a few times because that's adorable. I mean, you never know. Like, who's to say that kind of dynamic for her isn't out there? You know what I mean? Who's to say that? None of us are anybody to say this. How sad. How fucking sad, bro.
You. Every time I have a guy named come in here, call me a babe, I really think it's a troll that's a female.
That's so sad, bro.
And they're probably laughing behind the screen because I probably called them out.
Wow.
Just saying. Sorry, Thomas. Sorry, Thomas. I ain't believing it. I ain't believing it. Here you go. Here you go. Here's the world's smallest violin for you, babe.
Or
oh, I missed it. I missed it. It's one.
Okay. That's the furthest thing from the smallest violin I've ever fucking heard in my life. That was the most obnoxious fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. That was not a small violin. That sounded like bagpipes and an orchestra, horribly recorded. What the fuck was that? That was insane. I mean, look at her, dude. She's just the intensity, bro. The intensity. That's Thomas. Thomas wants all that. That's the face Thomas wants right there. That's the face that Thomas wants.
Once. Oh. Good morning. Good morning. Angie, it's nice to have you. Cool
And
gamer.
I bet
Second thesis.
I bet
Good.
she's also just fishing for like more of Thomas compliments. She wants to play that junior high school bullshit where she says that and now me now, and then so Thomas will sit there and chat and be like, I swear to God, Betty, you're beautiful, Betty. I totally want you, Betty. I swear I wouldn't lie about that. I drive a Maserati. Got millions. I'm hung like a bison. Betty.
Good morning. Who else do we have? Starstruck. 2 days in a row. What did I do to get this?
Oh.
My BFF. My brother from another mother. What's shaking, bacon? Does makeup better than Bullhorn Betty. I gotta tell you, I'm jealous. He knows that I've been saying that since the day I met him. I love his skin. I want to be, what is that? Silence of the Lamb. You better sleep with one eye open. I'm coming for that face, babe.
What?
I'm coming for it.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. I think we got a 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 super dad. Super dad.
Okay. I played the whole thing only because there's 2 super chats. Thank you, Grandmaster Sid Sophos and Electra. I appreciate it. And yes, it's good, Grandmaster Sid Sophos, and I agree with you, Electra.
Be careful.
Like, you see, like, how she simps? Like, have you guys noticed that? Like, there's always a new dude that she simps for. First, it was JLR. Simped like a motherfucker for him, right? Started trying to do everything and emulate everything that he was doing. Then she simped for Dolly. Tried to emulate everything that Dolly was saying, right? Now she's moved on from Dolly. Now she's got Morbid. So now she's adopting the sound effects. Like, now she's adopting the sound effects and she's going crazy with them. It's really funny. Like, that is not a coincidence. It can't be. I mean,
nice to see you, my
she's
love.
so
Nice
pleased
to
with
see
herself.
you, Kara. It's nice to have you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Roxy is up in the house. Nice to see you, babe. Tara, good morning. Justice is just in here, just chatting it up, and we got positive vibes up in the house. Well, good morning.
Some
We
of
could
y'all in
use
here,
some positive vibes.
some of y'all in here fucking hate Betty, bro. Like, that shit is so funny to me. Like, I see some of y'all's comments, man. You guys fucking despise this woman, bro. Like, I get it. I'm not faulting you for feeling so strongly like personally about this woman. She definitely does things that would merit it. Sure. I just don't let myself get to that point with her. I just don't. She's just too, like, it's too funny. Like, the most effective way is to just expose her and to use humor, in my opinion, because getting mad, like getting angry, if I'm sitting up here and I start getting angry and I start, oh, you fucking, and I have done that before when she does shit to like victims and their families and shit, I get like, oh God, what a fucking piece of shit. And I get that, but then I kind of get over it and then I just go back to the humor because I don't know, man. I feel like I'm self-conscious about this thing where like I feel like if I get really upset and I let people see that when it comes to her, people are gonna be like, damn, bro, it's not that serious. And then you know what I mean? And I'm gonna scare my audience away, and you know what I mean? Like I just I'm not as effective that way as I am when I'm just like not taking something too seriously, if that makes any sense. But she's just like, she's never, ever, ever going to change. You know what I mean? Like, she's never going to change. So the only thing to do is, having a channel, offer another perspective of what she's doing and saying, and laugh, make jokes. Because you give somebody the kind of power over you like that, somebody like this, the kind of power over you, where they actually make you angry and keep you angry and make you spend your time and energy and being bitter and angry at this person. It's not productive. You know what I mean? It empowers them, in my opinion. Jerry, stop it.
It's on this Manic Monday. EHB mods in chat. Evening. Well, Mac J.
She blocked me years ago.
The other side of the world. It's evening for you because it's entirely too early for us. Some of the people it's 3:30 in the morning. So all those, I got bean feathers up in the house too. Nice to see you, love. For all those crazy people on the West Coast of the United States of America, I don't know how you do it or why you're up at 3:30 in the morning to watch this crazy lady called Bullhorn Betty. I don't get it, but hey, God bless you. God bless.
Morbid's on the West Coast.
You. This is for you.
I never heard her mention the West Coast before.
God bless you. And here's just a little bit from me to you too. See, I don't give kisses too often. I think it's too personal. But
oh my God,
I love
that
the
is
coffee.
obnoxious. Jesus Christ.
So before we start getting into the whole calling out of mainstream media, and you guys got to know I'm hot under the collar, and I don't every occasionally, like I called out Vanity Fair for their biased publication, trying to hook Brian into saying something about Bullhorn. But you got to remember, these people I have to be in the field with, right? And when we're in the field, there are times and places
in the field
where we have no choice but to help each other out, right? So when we're out in the field and say it's a political event, okay?
It's a political
event. It's a political event, right? Because let's face it, mainstream media covers those too, right?
Because she's a political
and
activist.
And our beloved Brian Enton was out at a political event. Even though he's covering true crime, at this time, he was coming out to political events.
Our beloved Brian Enton, the one who totally fucking brushed you off in Vanity Fair. Like publicly in a nationally published news article, magazine article, totally brushed you off. Like, didn't want to say anything about you. He was confronted because the person who wrote the article really leaned into you. Like, really leaned into you. And he was trying to, this person was trying to get Brian Enton on board, and Brian Enton was just like, nope. And his reason was, I don't want Bullhorn. I don't want her showing up at my house with a bullhorn. Implying that if I say anything about her, it's going to be negative, and her reaction would most likely be, since she's an irrational asshole who's famous for yelling in front of people's houses with a bullhorn, I don't want her showing up in front of my house with a fucking bullhorn. That's clearly what that meant.
Well, that's nobody knew who he was because, I mean, I did because I was out in front of Gabby Petito's house, so I knew exactly who he was. I was down in Fort Myers with him, right?
Love the wording. Like, this is her saying, we help each other out in the field, meaning her and Brian Enton help each other out while they're in the field, as if she's in even remotely the same profession as Brian Enton, even remotely in the same class as Brian Enton. She actually fancies herself being Brian Enton's equal, which is the most delusional shit that I find absolutely fucking hilarious. I mean, it is 150% delusional. This is a person who had her press pass. She had her I've explained this before. She's had a press pass that she got issued from like this company that like gives fucking anybody a press pass like me. Okay, listen. I'm an ordained minister. This is it. This is the truth. Fact. I am an ordained minister under the religion of Dudism. Okay? Dudism. Dudism is a religion that is based on the philosophies of the dude from The Big Lebowski. Yes, this is a real thing. And the thing about this is anybody can be a minister. You just have to apply for it online. I did this when I was very young, when the movie had just come out. And I did this. I can legally marry people. I don't know if it's expired or not, but if I wanted to, I could just do it again. You know what I mean? So, like, anybody could do this. She did basically the press equivalent of that, where anybody can just like can just get one. But that's not what's funny. What's funny is that her behavior has been so fucking atrocious that that company revoked it. They actually revoked her press pass. It's no longer valid. She can no longer take it in and get it scanned to get press access anywhere. And yeah, I did it as a joke. I've never done anything with it. Like I was online. Oh, okay, cool. I'll be Reverend Will. I found it absolutely hilarious that she had her press pass revoked. And so her answer to that was, well, look at me. I can do whatever I want. Freedom of the press. And then she goes and she prints a bunch of them out on her fucking computer and prints some for other people so that she's not the only one that looks stupid. You know, like that person who makes some weird, obnoxious fucking t-shirt and then imposes it on their friends and said, look, I made 3 more so you can be with me. And looks stupid. Which is exactly what she did. She printed out a bunch of them on her little like 1994 Xerox machine in the background that she took out of the background recently. And yeah, she printed a shit ton of them. It's so bizarre. And I even like, can I sign into Instagram? Oh my God. Yeah. Hold on. Where is that shit? Give me 1 second, guys. I got to find this, but I know it's here. I know it's here. Here we go. When Betty did this, when Betty made her own press passes, I made my own. There you go. I made my own. Journalists, let me in. Press. Real reporter. I don't even know what that other thing says right there. Oh yeah, Expiration Infinity. It never expires. Infinity. That's my press pass. That's the press pass that I made. And now I can get in anywhere. I have the freedom of the press, people. Freedom of the press.
Absolutely hate any kind of alternative media. So they're just very biased, just nasty people. But there's others that are out there that
no, they don't hate alternative media. They hate you. They hate you. Like they don't hate alternative media. Okay? take Turtle Boy, for example. Do you think that mainstream media, if they hated him, they would crowd around him every time he walks out of a courthouse and interview him? Do you think that that would be the case? The fact of the matter is Turtle Boy right now is a martyr for First Amendment rights. His charges are clearly fucking bullshit. And so what he's doing is he's fighting for his First Amendment rights. Because there's a slippery slope. They put him in jail for the things that he's been doing. If they put him in jail for those things, and yes, they're very different than from what Betty has done. I've already gone over this many times. If they throw him in jail, that affects all of them. That affects mainstream media as well. It affects everyone's freedom of the press. If Turtle Boy gets convicted of those charges, that is a bad move. So they are giving him a voice. That's why the mainstream media is covering him, because they're giving him a voice. Because it's necessary. He is literally in a fight for not just his First Amendment rights, but for everyone's. That's a fact. She wouldn't ever understand this because she doesn't actually do any investigating. She doesn't actually do any research. All she knows how to do is be a loudmouth. She doesn't even know how to know what she's talking about when she's speaking loud. That's a massive difference between her and any other reputable or independent or reputably independent or mainstream media, any reporter who actually does their job, who actually does investigating, who actually does research, who actually does exposure. She wouldn't know anything about that because she doesn't know the first thing that it takes to do that. And what she's doing is giving independent journalists a bad name. You know how I know that? Because there's a lot of people out there that are comparing Turtle Boy to her and JLR. And I did 5 live streams going over his charges, showing that those charges were absolute bullshit. Like, it's not even questionable. It's not even debatable. It's not even debatable that those charges are bullshit because they put the proof, the titles in the timestamp, except for one thing that Turtle Boy says is absolutely a lie. One thing, and that's the one thing that they failed to put a video title and a timestamp for. Absolutely no proof. And the proof that they provided was twisted, manipulated. Well, not manipulated, but twisted to mean something that it wasn't, worded a certain way. But all you have to do is look it up, which is all I did. That's all I had to do, was to actually show what the accusations were versus the actual incidents that were in question. Simple. And there was a vast difference in each one. That is very different than what these people do. These people are giving independent journalists a bad name. People like her. Because one might say, well, Bullhorn Betty's nobody. She's nobody. But every single person, think about how many hundreds of people that you've seen in chats or heard on a live stream straight up say Turtle Boy is no better than Bullhorn Betty, no better than JLR. How many times have you heard one of these idiots from a drama channel say that? Because I've heard it a bunch of times. And I've seen their chats just blowing up with the same shit. Those are all people that are so close-minded, but would make all the difference in the world if collectively they all saw and actually did some research and actually looked at the evidence in the Karen Reed case, it would make that much of a difference if that many people were able to have an open enough mind, look at the evidence, and then go, fuck, okay, shit. There's no denying that. And ask the right questions. That would be that would mean so much to that town. But these idiots, they don't even think like this, man. This is the way I look at these people, dude. Like, you have these channels, dude. And these last few days, man, have been, this last week has been really challenging, for a lot of different reasons. But I've been thinking about this for a long time, and not just now. This didn't bring me to this observation. But the fact is there are fucking like levels. Like, this is a community, right? Like any other community. This is virtual, but let's pretend hypothetically that this is a not a virtual community, but a real community, a three-dimensional actual community, right? In real life. The fact of the matter is that these channels, all of these channels that say these things, are living in the sewer level of this community. This is a fact, okay? This is a fact. This metaphor is absolutely it's just factual. It's the sewer. It's the grossest, lowest part of YouTube. The crama and drama. Right? And then you have the next level that's just the ground floor, where I live in. I like to think that I live in, because I'm actually trying to contribute to the community in some way. I'm trying to actually give something, trying to do something productive, something worthwhile, like speaking up for a town that is desperate for help, like speaking up for the parents of a missing child. I feel like what I'm doing is being a productive member of the supply and demand exchange, the goods and services exchange, as well as the consumer exchange, that basic cycle that takes place in a society, right? Whereas the sewer people, they don't actually contribute anything. They just consume. They consume the dirt and shit off of people's lives. That's what they live off of. They're the insects and shit dwellers, because all they do is consume. They contribute nothing, and they just consume and take from the community, from each other. Leech off of somebody else's strife. This is what they do. And then you have those of us, and there's others. And you know what? I'm not going to name other people who would live in this same level as I do. I wouldn't, because I don't want them being like, well, speak for yourself, asshole. You know what I mean? But then you have the people in the high rise, the high rise places, which are those million subscriber people, those hundreds of thousands of subscriber people. They don't even touch any of this shit. But then those of us that live on the surface, for some reason, we got to see what's going on. We hear noises down in the sewer, and then we got to go down there. I'm guilty of it. I get down there in the sewer to check out and see what's going on, because people are making noise down there. I got to see it. There's two cockroaches fighting. I got to see what's going on. And then the problem, though, is I come back up to my regular, supply and demand, my own, you know, my own part in that cycle of goods and services and consumption, goods and services and consumptions, you know, being part of that. But the problem is I come back smelling like the fucking sewer. And I'm sick and tired of smelling like the fucking sewer. And I've been sick and tired of smelling like the sewer. And I'm not blaming anybody else for that. I'm blaming myself. I'm blaming myself. I'm sick and tired of smelling like the fucking sewer because I just keep going down there to see what the fuck's going on. That's my own fault. But I want to get the fucking stink of the sewer off me, man. I got to tell you, I want to get the stink of the sewer off me, dude. Because it's really gotten old. You know? I want to interact with people who want better things. I want to interact with people who have higher standards for what they find to be entertaining. You know?
Are just nice, you know. They're both like Brian Entin is both, right? I mean, we don't want to call him a social, you know, content creator, social media, but he is, right? He's on social media. He has got a good platform on social media. If tomorrow News Nation fired Brian Entin, I mean, let's face it, if News Nation tomorrow said, Brian Entin, we don't like your style no more, right? We don't like you. We want you to pack it up and go home. Brian Entin has now a name and a reputation for himself. He does not need, I don't know what this lag is. I may have
Of course, Brian Entin has a name and a reputation for himself. I mean, he's on fucking News Nation. Chris Cuomo's on News Nation. The fuck, I mean, of course he's made a name for himself. How I want to know where this is going, because I mean I feel like somewhere in her brain she actually feels like she can do what Brian Entin is doing, like she'll ever be Brian Entin level. I wonder if that's where her brain is going, because I don't
take off my back screen. He does not. He has his own name. He could literally come out here, set up a Brian Entin account on Twitter, on YouTube, on TikTok, and be wildly successful all by himself. He's got name recognition, and it's name recognition that we love and trust, right? We trust. Okay. So I have a problem with mainstream media, although there are some of my favorite people are part of mainstream media, including my own sister. Okay. So I just want to put that out there, including my own sister. My own sister is part of the people I'm calling out, even though I'm not calling out my sister, because my sister's awesome, right? She's awesome, baby. And she does a great job, and she doesn't pander this BS.
Who's her sister? Like, how did I miss that? Because I thought she alluded to something like that the other day. So who's her sister? Okay, her sis is a reporter. I mean, that makes sense. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. A lot of things are coming together now. A lot of things are coming together now. She feels inadequate. She feels inadequate. She's trying to live up to her sister. Huh. Yeah. You don't need to say who her sister is. But I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Like this is a breakthrough. A mental health professional would call this a breakthrough, which I am not, of course, but they would refer to this as a breakthrough. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Sister's a reporter. You're a pretend reporter. What's going on here? Your sister's actually a reporter and you're pretending to be one. Okay.
Yes. And that's what I'm going to call it. I'm taking the screen off. Hold on. Give me a second. We're going to take I'm having some techie issues. And I know it's because of all the stuff I got running behind the scenes. Let me just take this off. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hi, guys. I'm back. Look at that. And I'm probably not going to lag as much as I was before. Let's see. My lagging? My lagging? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, here.
Oh, my God, dude. Jesus Christ. Like, I can't. And I don't want to catch a copyright claim over that.
I just want to big holler out to Shannon as well as I Am Team Summer. Thank you so much for your contributions. I got to tell you, this is an amazing project for the Bullhorn Betty channel. We have sponsored a family this year here in Florida for Christmas. And so I reached out to the church that we go to on Sundays. It's Countryside Christian Church.
But you don't go to
And
church
the
on
youth
Sundays. You
minister,
live
Pastor
stream on
Marcello,
Sundays. What are you talking about?
Reached back out to me and I asked him for 1 to 2 families. I trust his judgment. He gave me 1 family. This is our first time ever sponsoring a family. So I'm super, super excited about this little boy's Christmas. Like, I almost want his mom to adopt me just so I can see him open his gifts on Christmas. I mean,
That's nice. Sponsoring a family for Christmas is nice. If she's really doing that, I'm not going to shit on her for that. That's a nice thing to do. But what, does she attends online church? I thought she was live though during church hours, right? Or does she go live before church and then it's a YouTube church? There's nothing wrong with that. Some people can't leave the house, man. It's great that you can do that. But I didn't think that I always thought that she just live streamed during church hours.
I'm just so excited for him, right? I don't know how to express it, like my gratitude for this channel and all of the wonderful things that we accomplish together every single year. This is just really, really special. Again, the last couple years with the stresses of this job, I ran away from home. I stayed in other places for Christmas just so I didn't have to deal with family and life. I just wanted to check out for a minute. That was my Christmas gift to myself. And so this year, I've been kind of dealing with a lot this year, and I don't feel like running away, I just feel like dealing with everything. And so I thought, what can we do? I'm going to be here this year. So what can we do special? We have to give back. And something called me to ask this church.
Oh my God.
For help,
If I wouldn't even be shitty enough to jump to this conclusion if I didn't know her. But that thing that called you, Betty, that that thing that called you, I think it's called Oh, right. It's the need for validation. It's the need for attention. It's the need to be able to say something on your channel that you did something good. Yeah. Sorry, Betty. We've known you too long. We know you too well.
Or not for help, to see who needed help. And they gave me a name. I don't know their name other than Grayson. I only have the boy's name. I don't know who mom is. But when I read the request of what mom wanted for her son, one, it was the bare necessities. She literally asked for the bare necessities, right? And then she asked, she had an opportunity to ask, for something for her, right? For something for her. And instead of putting her name or putting any of her sizes on there or putting anything that she personally wanted for Christmas, all she asked of the person that was sponsoring her family is that we give her a whole bunch of prayers that she's able to start her job at the beginning of the year. And I'm just like, this is really what a good mom is, right? Never thinking of herself, thinking of her child. So we know that she is an amazing mom, right? She is an amazing mom. And so we wanted to do something special for her. So I've got gift cards. Those gift cards that are on that list, we're giving her those gift cards. We are hoping, it is our hope, that she spends the money on herself. But like any good, I just very blessed. I'm very blessed for this channel, and I'm very blessed for all you kind souls. If you see at the very top, if you haven't,
what is
want
this
to do
shit?
Something, please consider going to Grayson's Christmas list and maybe purchasing an item. We've still got underwear to buy, still got socks to buy. There are a few. We got outfits here, so I'm going to try to look for a few. We need some toys, really. If you guys can work on maybe getting what it is, okay? She had an interview at a strip club, and she just needed to get the job, right? So I'm wondering. I'm like, hey, is this Tomar's side piece? Remember, Carly didn't like the dancer, right? She decided to go and have a whole kidnapping hoax because she wanted to keep her man, right? She wanted to keep her man.
Oh my God, dude.
She needed somebody to feel sorry for her, right?
This is the fucking most pathetic thing I've ever seen. She is literally copying Morbid. She is absolutely copying Morbid. This is so bizarre.
So anyways, this is truly not Tamar's girlfriend. His side piece, his stripper side piece. Okay, it's not. I lied to you. I did it for
what the fuck is going on?
I did it for a purpose because I just thought it was funny. An Indiana woman seemed to think she did nothing wrong. Like, she's arguing with these law enforcement officers. She's thinking she's not going to jail. You can't make this stuff up. Confronted by police, Keisha Shelton, 20, acted like the whole thing was a joke and didn't understand what was going on. What was going to be?
I thought she was calling out mainstream media. What is this fluff bullshit?
What she was going to be arrested.
I mean, what's she going to talk about next? A fucking dog show? What is she doing? This is fucking bizarre.
Arrested for, according to Muncie Police Department. Muncie. I think the Muncie Police Department has a lot more problems with them than their name. I'm just saying. I don't know. But the Muncie Police Department received a call about that. Did they have the Munchies? I'm just curious. I'm curious here.
Does she think she's Jay Leno?
So they received
what is going
call
on right now
about a theft of a 2013 Kia Optima from Muncie dealership on Monday. So she's like, hey, I got a stripper appointment. I got to go shake my stuff to see if I get this job, but it's too far away. I need to get to the job. I need to get to this interview. So as she's begrudgingly walking, with her, I need to stop. I'm gonna be in so much trouble for this story. I am. Darn well. I'm gonna get clipped for this. So.
The fuck am I listening to?
So she just goes up to this dealership and says, hey, here's some wheels. Yeah, it's got the keys inside. It must be right for me. They knew I was going to my stripper interview, and they knew I didn't have a ride in this lovely dealership. Just left a car here for her to go to her strip interview. You could have just called Tomar. Tomar would have given you a ride, babe.
Bro.
He loves seeing you.
I'm at a loss for words. Like, this is probably the first time I've ever watched Betty. I don't have anything to say about this. This is fucking bizarre.
He's shaking.
This completely caught me off guard.
Did a whole kidnapping hoax. All right, I'm done.
Are you?
Some people just never seem to amaze me. Who would have thought to steal a car from a dealership to go to an interview and then wonder why you're getting arrested when the cops come up? Can you imagine Bullhorn Betty in a car that doesn't belong to me? Hi, officer.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I can absolutely imagine
Leaving
that.
an interview. Well, how did it go?
I could absolutely imagine.
I guess we'll see.
A cop pulling you over and
I
your
see a lot of
interaction with the
smiles on their
police.
face. Oh.
You know how I can imagine it? Because I've read police reports that describe and detail the incidents. That's how I can imagine it. I've literally read accounts of your interaction with the police.
Well, you realize you're in a stolen car, aren't you? Oh, no, officer. I just borrowed it. I had this interview. It was sitting right there. It had the keys in. And I knew it was there for me to use, and I needed to get to this interview. It's no big deal. I'm taking it back now. Just tell him to calm down.
Like,
just
I can
calm down.
see-
It's okay.
I can see what happened here. Like my imagination is moving here. Like somewhere in the distant past, or in the near past, somewhere in the recent past, okay, Betty here was on the phone with Morbid, and since she likes to complain and he likes to complain, then I'm imagining that they had this conversation where she's frustrated, going, I don't know, my channel won't grow, and blah, 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 blah. And then Morbid's sitting there going, but Betty, you're funny. You're funny. Try to be funny. That's what I do. Just try to be funny. Make it about the laughs. Make it about the people. Make it funny. Funny, Betty. You're funny. You make me laugh all the time, Betty. You're funny. Nobody makes me laugh like you, Betty. And then it'd be whatever fucking afterglow they went through. And then during this afterglow, he boosts her confidence and tells her that she's funny and go the comedy route. And now this is her shot to do that. What program do you use to use the noises to make the noises, Morbid? How do you make the noises? Because I think that's so great. Because you make jokes and then you have a laugh track to laugh at yourself. That's so funny. I want to do that. I want to do that. How do I do that, Morbid? And he taught her how to do it. And now she's just doing the Wannabe Morbid show. That's what the Bullhorn Betty show is now. The Wannabe Morbid show. Unreal.
Can you imagine? I can't imagine. So what am I really pissed off about this morning, right? What is Bullhorn Betty just absolutely like, what in the hell? What in the hell? What in the hell? What is Bullhorn Betty so pissed off? Let me get I'm getting my background on. So if anybody's clipping me, they're going to have Bullhorn Betty on this one. Give me just a second. I want them to hear me roar. Because I am pissed. And when I say pissed, I mean pissed.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
She's mad.
Let me get started on you animals called mainstream media.
Oh, here we go.
Now, I just want to make sure I put this disclaimer. I'm not talking about my friends in mainstream media that do their damn job.
You don't have friends in mainstream media.
Just putting it out there like that. I'm talking about all the other news organizations out there, and I want to know why Jeffrey Hill's story was thrown.
Bro.
You're lying. And you're a piece of shit. You're lying. And you're a piece of shit.
Every single news organization knows about SEO optimization and how to link and cross-reference and push their articles straight to the top of every single search engine. You're talking about something that is associated with one of the highest profile cases in our country. One of them. We have several. But somehow, call me crazy. Call me crazy. But somehow, only two or three national, like Court TV, News Nation, those type of national people, right? Not these little low-level county or community organizations. I'm talking about, we're all in it for the clicks and the views, right? Mainstream media doesn't make their money unless we go there to watch their commercials. So explain to me
No shit.
how Jeffrey Hill, Colt Hill, how was he arrested on the 21st? And we just started learning about it yesterday, and I checked. I went back and checked because I wanted to know who the hell I was going to have to be pissed off about. Because I was thinking that it was law enforcement in the courts in Colton County throttling the story. But it wasn't. Was it mainstream media? My question is why? Why did you guys throttle the Jeffrey Hill case?
What?
Because I feel outside of the clip that Court TV did, I feel like mainstream media tried to shovel this under the rug, and I want to know why. You are talking about a major
because I'm a moron.
National, worldwide, historical case that has
Right? I don't fucking know who the fuck Jeffrey Hill is.
I need to put this in. I just don't like it being pushed all. It puts too much pressure on my eardrum. Why was this case throttled? So we had Court TV. And what am I talking
I love how she's talking like as if anybody from mainstream media is actually watching her. I love how Tracy Ann doesn't even know who the fuck she's talking about. She's like, I just searched it. Hold on. Oh my God.
talking about? Bullhorn Betty, what are you talking about? You're acting like a crazy woman up here.
Yeah.
Okay? This is Alec Murdaugh. We've got financial crimes. Family housekeeper of
Thank
Saturday.
you, lawyer, Mystery Raven. Let's see. Son of the clerk in Murdaugh case, and it was on the news. Okay. Thank you.
Satterfield. Son of housekeeper Gloria Satterfield. Timeline of mysterious death into Stephen Smith. Mother of alleged teen linked to Murdaugh family reveals key to solving case. And then finally, the very first news article associated with Alec Murdaugh in this search field comes.
I love how she covers this case, right? And she still can't say the guy's fucking name right. It's Murdoch. Murdoch. Not Murdaugh. Murdoch. Like, she still can't say the guy's name right. I love it.
One day ago, and it was after our Fit News alternative media here that decided to run the case and do proper SEO optimization so it did get into the system and associated
What a
with
hard left turn.
Alec Murdaugh. And the reason,
like, she was just like doing a fucking like a horrible fucking basement version of a Johnny Carson monologue, just cornier and horrible, like not funny at all, adding laugh tracks, and then goes, Bullhorn Betty's pissed. And then just goes into this whole thing that nobody gives a fuck about.
the reason why I am so freaking hot is because I've been in this Alec Murdaugh searching this entire case upside down and up, down one side and up another several times a day. I'm always looking for updated information. I'm constantly searching the Stephen Smith case, the Alec Murdaugh case. And let's face it, Becky Hill is tied to both of them. Becky Hill is associated with Randolph Murdaugh. Randolph Murdaugh. So we're dealing with all of this stuff in Colton County. Becky the clerk has come under fire. I have defended her. And her son is going to jail for wiretapping. I'm very uncomfortable with that. And don't tell me mommy didn't know. I don't believe it.
Why would her mom know that? Why would her mom automatically know that? What the fuck makes you think that automatically
that her mom knows everything that her kid does. I mean, that's come on. That's fucking ridiculous. On top of that, like, dude, so they're connected to the Murdochs. Like, aren't the Murdochs like the most prominent family in that town? Wouldn't they fucking know everybody to some degree? Like, to some degree, they would have to know pretty much everybody. They would be connected to pretty much fucking everybody.
You're not going to convince me Mommy didn't know. And you're not going to convince me mainstream media didn't either. So my question, mainstream media.
Wait, what?
Give you an opportunity to respond.
Okay, shut up for a second, Betty. Jesus.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Nicole T, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you. Betty is killing me right now.
You guys don't ever give me when you decide to talk shit about me. But you guys intentionally throttled this. You knew damn well they wouldn't even let the media into the court record.
How did you make that about her?
Hearing, into the arraignment, a public hearing. They wouldn't even let you guys in. And you guys were screaming from the rooftops about how corrupt that sounds? No major national story on every single newscast across this country? This is the shit that makes people not trust mainstream media. Let's face it. This was newsworthy. This goes right to the heart of whether Alec Murdoch gets a new trial or not. And mainstream media intentionally throttled this story. They know how to make it hit these markers. They know how to put it in the wheelhouse of Alec Murdoch. It's associated with him. Why did they throttle this story for 5 days?
What does she mean by
5 days? They throttled this.
What does she mean by throttled the story? I don't know what the fuck she means by that. Throttled the story. Does that mean that they sat on the story for 5 days or they fucking blasted it for 5 days? It's got to mean. Fairy Raven, thank you so much. Remember, for 3 months, right on. Make it make sense, right? They throttled the story. Okay, the case was sealed. Right, that's what I figured. Like, what the fuck is she talking about? Right, she heard a new word and just decided to fucking blast it. Oh my God, this lady's killing me.
The story.
Take a shot every time she says throttle.
Helping Becky, helping her son. I'm a fair type of person.
No,
I don't like Alec Murdoch. Let's face it. I despise the guy. I think he's a piece of garbage. I think he's right where he needs to be. But I'm a fair person. And I like transparency.
Bro, I gotta tell you guys, let me
I
take a second and let y'all know real quick. Like, let me share some feelings with y'all real quick. I love when I'm reviewing Betty and Mystery Maven, lawyer Mystery Maven's in my chat, because she's an actual attorney. she just fucking cracks up at this shit, like, because Betty is fucking stupid and insane, and she talks like she knows the law. So when I see an attorney in my chat that's just like, what in the fuck is she talking about? It cracks me up, dude. It absolutely cracks me up.
I feel about that man or not, this is starting to stink to high heaven. And if he's due a new trial is what he is due. Now, I don't know what kind of shenanigans are going on in Colton County, but I don't really care.
Go down there with your
whatever it
bullhorn.
is, they need to clean it up. This is an embarrassment. I was proud of the trial that was conducted in Colton County.
Bro, I bet you anything.
I was proud.
I bet you anything. Yeah, there was probably some sort of fucking, some sort of like a seal on the case. I mean, they're not gonna sit on that shit unless there was some sort of legal ramification behind sitting on a story. Either they didn't know about it, or they didn't have enough facts to be able to report on it, so it could be verified. That's how mainstream media works. I mean, it's biased and opinionated, sure, but totally, exactly. That's exactly what I was saying earlier, Lawyer Mystery Maven. I mean, she's raging about absolutely fucking nothing. And it was reported on. So, wait a minute. So she just couldn't find the... Were those the dates and the channels that you were dropping in the chat, Tracy Ann Chasing? So she's up here ranting, like she's just up here ranting, and she doesn't even know what the fuck she's talking about. She's just dead wrong for a change.
Out that it was overseen by an honorable judge, Judge Newman. I was happy that it was carefully managed properly at the hands of Clerk Becky Hill. I was absolutely appalled and shocked that Alex Murdaugh's defense team would say that she put her hands on the scales of justice in his case. But they did allege it. And SLED
there's people,
was required to...
There's people in her chat that's just eating this shit up, dude. You know what I mean? That's what's... I find that so fascinating, man. Like in an Animal Kingdom sort of way, that there's just people in her chat that are going, yes, Betty. Yes, preach, girl. Preach. Appalled. Yes. Appalled. Yo, Pearl DeVere here. She's from that channel that I was talking about earlier, the Jerks. They're fucking fantastic. Make sure to subscribe to the Jerks. They're amazing.
To investigate it. This is my stance. I owe no one the duty of confidentiality when it comes to public officials. And what do I mean by that? Because mainstream media, they're able to get those interviews. They're able to call these counties and communities. So when a politician or say somebody from the court say, hey, can we throttle this story? Let's not go live with it. They're willing to do that to keep that relationship going.
Listen to, I mean, that's the perspective. Think about that real quick. Tracy and Chasing's people are at war, poor, sick, cold. She's mad they didn't put some fucking clerk on the nightly breaking news. Ma'am, get better hills to die on. Dude, seriously, man. I mean, dude, everything's political, right? She's a political activist. And she has no opinions here on Hamas or Israel or, I mean, I'd settle for her talking about the trans and woke community defending Osama bin Laden lately. I'd settle to listen to that shit. You know what I mean? How in the fuck? There's insane things going on in the world, and you're talking about a clerk that, I mean, and they did report on it. They did report on it because they didn't make it because they weren't as interested in the story as you seem to be. Throttled the story. I love it.
That is the one thing I refuse to do. I will never deceive my audience for an interview, currently or in the future. This is the kind of shit we dealt with in Chatham County with their media. Since we left, look at how little You don't even know what's going on in the Leilani Simon case because they have crap reporters that rather bitch about us than do better. There is a reason why we exist on the—
There's no developments in the Leilani Simon case. There's no developments. The latest development was that Leilani Simon got her fucking GED. So what? That was the latest development in the Quentin Simon case, actually. Leilani Simon is just the person charged. It's not her case. The case is about Quentin. He's the victim's advocate. But the latest of why the fuck should they be talking about Leilani Simon right now? She got her GED. They covered it. I heard about it through mainstream media myself. I talked about it. What else is there? I don't understand.
On the internet. And it's because of this shenanigans. Had we had the opportunity, had the court works with social media as much as they work with mainstream media, the information would be out there. The real news. Not this garbage that we're force-fed at the decision of some boardroom at these mainstream media executive headquarters.
You mean
people are tired of—
So what do you suggest, Betty? What do you suggest exactly? That the people that they just defy the people who write their paychecks, who gave them careers, who keep them employed? You suggest that they just freelance, right? Just, hey, fuck you, boss. I'm going to go do my own thing. Like, yes, there is a board of directors. There is a board who decides what gets play and what doesn't. Incredible.
Of being told what to think. We want transparency in our mainstream media. We want them doing the same thing over and over again. And you cannot tell me they did not throttle this story. They absolutely did. Mainstream media do better and put Bullhorn Betty out of business because the crap that you're doing, especially this, looks corrupt as hell. And it looks like you guys are—
When were you in business? What have I been asleep? Have I been in hibernation? When were you in business, Betty? Exactly. I can't believe she just said that out loud. Mainstream media do better and put Bullhorn Betty out of business. When have you reported on anything? When have you researched and reported on anything? All we've heard you do is say that you went somewhere out in the field and got results, but we never hear what those results are. Ever. The whole point, let me explain to you what a reporter does. Okay. Let me see if I can spell this out. A reporter goes out into the field, okay? They investigate things. They collect facts. Based on these facts that they've collected, they write a story, and then, hold on, wait for it, they report on it. Think about that. They report on it. They actually put it out there. They inform people. That's what a reporter does. Okay, what they don't do is say that they went out and investigated. I'd love to see that. I'd love to look up online real quick and look up Vanity Fair, for instance, right? I'd love to look up Vanity Fair and see an article where it says, I went out into the field, I asked questions, I searched, people don't appreciate me, people hate me, I have just as much a right to go out there into the field as anyone else. Headstones and Headlines is a shitty person and she's destroying America's youth. Burnt Toast is really white. I don't. I'm waiting to read an article that even resembles that. Like, no, what they do is they actually go out and collect facts. They actually do real investigating. They collect facts and then they report them. The facts, not the effort, but the facts. Nobody cares about the effort. The effort means dick. The effort goes without saying. The results are what matter. And the results are the facts that are collected in the investigating and then put out there. You've never put anything out there, Betty. All you've done is complain. You are a professional Karen. Not even. You're an amateur Karen. You're just the Karen. Like you don't make enough money to be referred to as a professional Karen, but you are an amateur Karen who capitalizes off Karening. You make a living from Karening, but you're still not even that good at it. Because if you walk into a situation and everybody rolls their eyes and shuts down, you're not getting anything. You're not giving anything to the consumer. Again, that's that cycle. Goods and services. Okay? Goods and services. You provide none. Okay? You provide no goods and services, and therefore, but you consume. You consume from the people in your chat because you convince them. These are people who don't know the difference between somebody saying something and there being a result to observe. These people don't know. I don't know what type of dysfunction these people in your chat all seem to share, but they don't. You're not providing them with any goods or services. You're just somehow convincing them that you are, and then you consume what they have to offer. No goods and services, Betty. You don't provide any.
Complicit in the corruption. Rapper, I took you off block, but I will tell you, you don't want to be a dick in my chat room today.
Ooh.
All right, I will tell you that. If you think you're coming in here with bullshit, I promise you you're not.
I can't wait to read that in a Vanity Fair article.
As you can see, I'm over it. God bless you. It's the holiday of giving. But Bullhorn Betty said, ain't dealing with it no more. So you're welcome here, Rapper. But this is my last and final olive branch to you.
Why does everybody keep putting up with Rapper?
I'm over it. So if you want to be nice, you're more than welcome here. We take you in as family.
Bro, Rapper is like the ultimate troll. Like I gotta like I gotta give it to Rapper, man. Rapper's like the ultimate troll because Rapper always trolls. And like, if you have enough sense and this person bothers you, you just fucking hide them from your change. Just hide them. Why would you go out of your way to unhide them? Like, if they're just gonna troll. It's so silly. It's so silly. Somehow Rapper manages to get unblocked, even though you can always count on Rapper to troll.
Block him.
Block him.
Block him.
What'd I say, dude? What'd I fucking say?
Yeah. All right, that was your last chance. Don't ever come here again. You're gonna have to keep creating new accounts to come here, Rapper. But every time you come to this chat and we see Rapper in the name,
God.
you're automatically blocked. Timed out. I don't care if you're the nicest person in here. You don't know me like that. And when I tell you I'm done, I'm done.
How are you this stupid?
So you will never be welcome back here.
Oh
and if you
God.
want to come back, you may, but you will write me an apology letter and I will read it to my audience.
Right.
That is the only way you'll ever be allowed back on my channel.
Who gives a shit? Dude, if I'm rapper, I'm laughing my ass off at that right now.
For all the people that are new to this channel, the only rule here in the chat, don't be a dick. If you can't do that, please exit right and leave. There's 1,000 other true crime channels. You do not need to be here. Like literally, we don't care. Trust me,
Not a
it's quality over quantity on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Believe that. Believe that. We don't like trash. We like people that actually have brain cells. So the trash can stay, they can take themselves out. And that's what I'm going to call them. Because when you're over there on those trash channels, you're trash. You want
Oh
some,
my God,
you want to get a
dude.
moral compass. We're always welcome for people willing to give a hand and help out. If you want to bitch, this ain't it. We're those type of people, we see a problem, we get into action to fix the problem. We don't sit here for 15 hours a day bitching about everything and not doing a damn thing.
Oh, your boyfriend
That's not our
does.
channel.
Your boyfriend does. The one you're desperately trying to emulate.
I can do whatever the hell I want to do. And it doesn't really matter. Every time I see rapper's name in here, he will be blocked. And as a matter of fact, you're blocked too, because I can tell you're a troll.
Wow.
Smart ass and being a dick in my chat will never get you in.
Do you see what I mean?
Sometimes some things are better left unsaid. Just saying.
Do you see what I mean? I had not even listened to this. I was like, I haven't done a Betty stream in a long time. And all I got to do is just click on a Betty stream. And it's just the gift that keeps on giving, dude. I didn't even, it is the easiest shit in the world.
Because I'm over it. I'm over it. They blocked. We're not dealing with all the bullshit anymore. We're done. We're really just done. And I'm already hot under the collar because I feel deceived by mainstream media. You know, we, the public, and even alternative media, we do not have the resources that mainstream media has. So when they make mistakes or they throttle a story, we're throttling a story. I don't want to be complicit in throttling stories across this country.
Okay,
that are
so translation. I am an investigative reporter, but I get all of my information. I count on mainstream media to do my job for me so that I could report on things, but I have to wait for mainstream media to actually put the work in to get the information, and then I can steal it from them because that's what I do, but I'm not a reporter. I wait for mainstream media to put out information. That's part of the way that I know that something is reliable so that I don't spread misinformation. That's part of what I do. But then, but I'm not a reporter. I don't claim to be an investigative reporter as she claims to be. So why are you counting on them to do your job? If that's your job, because you claim that's your job, why are you counting on someone else to do your job for you? Wow.
that are newsworthy, whether they look bad on a community or not. How are we going to fix a problem if we don't know about a problem? This felt very corrupt. It felt swept under the rug, and it felt like mainstream media was complicit in it the entire time. And I am very, very frustrated because this story about Jeffrey Hill, Colt Hill, should have been attached to any research associated with Alec Murdaugh.
Why didn't
and it
you
was
do it?
not intentionally. There's crap I don't even think is associated with Alec Murdaugh that seems to be attached to Alec Murdaugh, but literally a direct connection to the possibility of him having a motion for new trial is just dormant for a freaking week.
It wasn't, though. Except it wasn't.
Okay. Calm down, Betty. Calm down. You're right.
What an idiot.
I need to calm down. You're right.
Oh my
But it
God.
pisses me off. Pisses me off because that's Alec Murdaugh. Not a damn thing. Oh, but you write Jeffrey Hill in there. Oh boy, you get all the local news. Look at this, all local news. What is this? Holy crap. Only one main
Think we got a super chat.
stream media
We got a super
ran with the story.
super chat.
Look at that. One, you have to be kidding me. So all the
Think we got a super
local
chat.
news is writing about this guy. They don't have obviously don't have the ability to do proper
Oh man,
SEO
something happened to my screen
optimization.
here. Here we go.
You know, according to me, because I don't understand how this case
Grandmaster Sid Sophos.
was not associated.
Thank you, Grandmaster Sid Sophos. Let's see. BHB, hard work doesn't pay off. BHB, dreams don't come true. BHB, bad times last. BHB is just for you. Thank you, buddy. Oh my God. This is incredible, bro.
Even these things have the Murdaugh name. It literally has the Murdaugh name in the title. And none of it's associated with anything to do with Alec Murdaugh's search and keywords? What? Seems awfully intentional. That's what I'm going to say.
Why would it seem
It seems
intentional?
awfully intentional. It sounds to me
Especially
like
if
the
they
people in
did
the
report on
community are well aware of what's going on, but they sure are keeping it from the rest of the community, the outskirts. So all the people that live there know the shenanigans that's going on in the county, right? But us idiots that are out here just following the case, man, we don't know squat of what's going on in that community. So when I get people that reach out to me and say how corrupt Low Country is, I'm like, what? Really? It seems like a really nice place. Mainstream media, do better. Where's the tough questions? Where's the tough freaking questions? Where's the standing outside of the state attorney's office waiting for him to walk out the door? Where is true media in America today? Where is it? Because I think it's gone, because we look like crazy people for doing the media's job this day and age, right? Where the reporters stayed outside of office doors and started peppering people with questions. Where did that media go? Get off your ass and quit being lazy. Clip that. Because I'm pissed. I got to be honest with you. I don't
love
like
that.
seeing this. It feels
Get off your ass and quit being lazy so I can fucking steal your work and take credit for it. Mainstream media, what are you doing?
very, very strategic. And they know what I'm talking about. And I tagged some media, and I know they're going to be watching this throughout the day because they're going to want to see what I say and see how they can do damage control, right?
No, they're not.
Damage control was a Vanity Fair.
You don't give a fuck what you're saying.
We're getting too many clicks and views.
They do not give a fuck what you're saying, lady.
So I'm
what are
upset.
you talking about?
I'm not going to take too much more of your time. I just came out here to kind of be grumpy. I know it's a Monday, but I need you guys to think. You know, Manic Monday, we try to have a little bit of fun, but I don't know how this is fun. I'm angry. I feel deceived again.
Murdaugh.
And you guys know that alternative media right now, we're pretty much, I mean, I wouldn't want to say we're warring with mainstream media in a sense. I think we're here to let our ourselves be known. I really do. I think many of us are here, not these garbage shit shows. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people that really take their job seriously and actually go out and do stuff and really inspire, really go out there, really try to be impactful and really try to get the job done and the information back to our audience. I'm talking about those people, legitimate people, not complainers and bitchers that sit on their ass and just stuff their face with a whole bunch of shit and do absolutely nothing but bitch and complain, moan and groan about everybody else.
I don't even have to comment on this.
We're not talking about those people, okay? We're talking about the people that get out there and take this job and what we do seriously. This is what's giving us the pathway forward, because people know we don't give a damn. We don't mind stepping on toes. I'm not trying to get a freaking interview with the president of the United States, folks. I'm here to bring answers back to each and every one of you. I don't work for a board of directors.
I'm here to give answers to each and every one of you via the people who I'm criticizing. So I'm yelling and screaming because they didn't report on something and I couldn't use it as content earlier this week. Okay. So you're yelling at mainstream media over that.
I work for my audience.
Amazing.
Big difference. Big difference. And maybe mainstream media needs to start learning that. Your customers aren't the politicians. Your customers are your viewers. And it's time for you to start treating it as such and get back to real journalism. This nicey, likey BS is for the birds. It's done. We want real answers. These are real cases. We expect mainstream media to be doing the job. But since they won't, we will. Get that. I'm pissed at this. I feel deceived. I feel like they intentionally, willfully throttled this case. The whole thing with the clerk.
She keeps saying that.
And you know me. I put the blame where the blame is due. I hope over the next
Money.
I would hope that this is corrected. Over the next 3 days, I hope this is corrected. But I think that the cat's kind of out of the bag with Jeffrey. Now I gotta say he's ruined his career. Nobody's gonna trust him. He'll never have a county job again.
Shut the fuck up,
His mom, like at this point with this shenanigans, and they're gonna say, "Oh, well, she had nothing to do with it." Bull crap. This is the country, and there ain't one son out in the country that ain't a mama's boy. Cut it out.
What?
Cut it out.
What?
She knew what he was doing. They talked about it. It was behind the scenes. This was a coordinated effort. You cannot convince me otherwise. I don't care if there's evidence proven that way or not. Maybe it's a bold statement to make. I don't care.
Like, then what? Then what? What are you going to do?
I'll take care of the consequences.
After 3 days.
But I'm sorry. Don't tell me Mama didn't know. Don't tell me Mama didn't know. We talk about this all the time. Mama knows everything.
You need to prove it.
Mama knows everything.
You have to prove it.
Especially those country mamas. I don't know how they do it. They got freaking 18 eyes all around their head.
You have to be able to prove it.
They do.
You can't just
you can be a freaking 2 miles down the road and they already know what you're doing, telling your butt to get home and get out of that. Don't tell me how they do it. Boy, Mama here. See, I ain't lying. The people out there in that country know what I'm talking about.
How do you know what a mama says or what a mama thinks or what a mama goes through? You don't have kids.
Ain't a boy out there that ain't a mama's boy. It is just country living, just as how country folk are. I'm sorry, you respect your mama, or you're getting a pot or pan or a backhand. Period. That's just country folk. You may not like how we live, but that's how we live. Period. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
You're not country folk, though.
I try to tell him my kids. That's why I say you made it to 18. Your parents didn't kill you. You did good. Okay. Because I'm telling you, out in the country, man,
hey Pearl,
it gets a little hot up in there. You don't talk back to your parents now. I'm telling you, you can bring all that child abuse nonsense.
That's all for Pearl.
You're a magnificent cunt.
You're a little cunt.
Hold on, one more. There's one more. One more, folks.
Twat.
Those are all for you, Pearl. All for you. So yeah. Yeah, I think I've had enough of Betty for tonight.
Get the fuck out.
Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Call it at the 2 hours. I had a great time with you guys tonight. I appreciate you guys joining me and hanging out. This was just about hanging out. I didn't know what I was going to see. Betty's always just fun to cover. So, but thank you for hanging out with me. I had a blast. I love you guys very much. You guys are absolutely fantastic. You guys are amazing. And again, a big shout out to the Jerks. Your live stream was earlier. Make sure to subscribe to the Jerks, guys. You guys, she's the Pearl and all of the other Jerks are fantastic and amazing. Guys, I love you, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.